Ever wonder how levels make cutscenes? How they might have new, complex mechanics and gimmicks? Well, most of the time, they're created through scripting. So, what is scripting? Scripts are lists of commands which the game goes through one after another. Commands can do things like show text boxes, change the player's color, change which room you're in, etc. Seems simple, right? Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that. A command is made up of two parts. You have the command name and any additional arguments which the command requires. In this case, the command flag requires two arguments. So, V6 actually has two types of scripting: simplified scripting and internal scripting. Simplified scripting is meant to be used in custom levels, and internal scripting was for the main campaign. Let's go over both of them and discuss the pros and cons of using each. Simplified scripting was created to be used in custom levels. It's simple, takes little to no setup, and perfect for making cutscenes which aren't too complex. As of this video, where the current version is 2.3, where 2.4 is still in beta, there are 18 commands. 2.4 adds 4 new simplified commands, bringing the total count to 22. Now, I won't go over every command, but I'll cover some as an example. The reply command shows a cyan text box above the player. It has an optional argument being the amount of text lines. If you only need one line, it's best to leave the argument out completely. Music plays a song. An argument of 0 stops the music, 1 plays pushing onwards, etc. There's actually a standalone command to play the final level's remix of Predestined Fate, being Play Remix. Flash does what it says, flash the screen. More specifically, it makes the screen white for 5 frames, shakes it for 20 frames, and plays a noise sound. Delay pauses the script for a specified amount of frames. Keep in mind that any form of delay in a script will stop the player from moving, or more specifically, the game will act as if the player isn't holding any keys. Sad or cry makes the player sad. You can also specify the specific crewmate you'd like to make sad. Happy undoes this, making the player or the specified crewmate happy. That's all the simplified commands we'll cover for now, but keep in mind there's more than what I just mentioned. So far we've seen what scripting can do, we've covered what a command is, and what some of them do in simplified scripting. Now it's time to talk about internal scripting. Internal scripting was created for the main campaign of the game, but through various bugs on the script runner, we're allowed to access the system inside of our own custom levels. This gives us access to a whopping 121 commands in 2.3, or 135 if you're using version 2.4. Again, I won't go over all commands, since that would be a pretty long video, but a few are as follows. Flash. This works differently than simplified scripting. You see, in simplified scripting, Flash took no arguments and did 3 things: make the screen white, play a sound effect, and shake the screen. In internal scripting, you actually have to do all 3 of these yourself. Flash simply makes the screen white for a specified amount of time. To shake the screen, you use the shake command, and to play a sound, you use playf. The specific sound we want to play is sound 9. If you're looking to replicate the command from simplified scripting, use all 3 commands together using these values. Flip makes the player flip by acting as if you press the action button. To floor is the same as the flip command, but it only works if you're standing on the ceiling. Go to room goes to the room at the specified coordinates. This is normally paired with go to position, which sets the player's position and gravity. So far, we've gone over making linear cutscenes, but what if we need to check if you've done something beforehand? Well, that's where flags come in. There are 100 flags, being 0 to 99. A flag can either be on or off. To change the state of a flag, use the well-named flag command. In simplified scripting, use if flag, which works like this. If the flag of this ID is on, go to this script. In internal scripting, use custom if flag instead. We've gone over commands, but how do we use them? So for simplified scripting, it's simple. Just place down a script box or a terminal, enter a name for your script, and open it in the script menu. Using internal scripting is a bit more complicated. There's two ways to enter an internal script. The first method is using a load script, meaning you have to go through a simplified script before running your internal script. VVVVVV can make these automatically. When you're placing your terminal or script box, options appear on the right side. Run once means the script will only run once in the level. Repeating means the script will be able to be ran more than once. Run once is useful for cutscenes, which should only happen once, where repeating is useful for something like a terminal, which you can activate more than once. Keep in mind that run once will take up an entire flag, meaning there will be one less flag for you to use. Anyway, now that you've made a load script, you can now use your internal script by clicking the int.sc button on the right side. The second method doesn't require a load script, but it always shows cutscene bars. To use it, simply press the int.sc button and change load script int.sc to say -1 int.sc. Don't forget to end your script with end cutscene and until bars. These are commands which hide the cutscene bars that get created from this scripting method. The commands that I talked about in this video are only examples, and if you'd like to learn in depth about them or read about even more commands, there are links in the description to help you get started. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. Thank you.